Hello YouTube.com, the heelest of Balors is back on the channel, and it's time to talk NXT Vengeance Day. That's usually in February. That's usually their February show for NXT. This time they're doing it in March. So, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. We have a lot of matches on the card, and it's looking great, man. It's looking pretty good. So, you know I'm tired. But without any further ado, let's get into the show. Kicking off with Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan in an NXT Underground match. This came about because Kalani Jordan basically agreed to represent TNA in the TNA Showdown a few months ago. Some of the talent pretty much thought that Kalani basically turned on them and all that stuff when she decided to represent. Let her being kicked out of the locker room and all that kind of stuff. Then she lost TNA Knockouts Championship, even though then the roster still gave her a lot of hell. Then we, that led to a match between the two on January 13th. Lola won, and then weeks later, Lola challenged for the NXT Women's North American title. Then Kalani Jordan came out and then injured, Lola's hand. And that cost her the match, obviously. And then led to a rematch again on February 17th. That was won by submission by Kalani, which was very surprising seeing Kalani tapping out Lola Vice. I was like, all right, awesome, cool. She bribed me the first one to force her to tap, which actually is true. That's pretty cool for Kalani. Then basically a few weeks later, which led this week, last week, underground match. I love it. So this should be fun. I've been very intense, all that stuff, so might as well settle underground. Who do I have winning? I got Kalani Jordan winning and beating Lola in this match. Lola's great. Lola is awesome what she does. Feel like I just got this feeling WWE would want her on the main roster or something like that, because, it's just left for her to really do in NXT. And I just feel like, they can do either way. I mean, either one probably can get called up, but I feel like, with the way they're heading with this, I could see Kalani, maybe being back in the women's North American title picture, or maybe in the women's world title picture down the road. I think Lola's being, this is her send-off, and she's going to get called up after this. So I'm going to go with Kalani Jordan to win the underground match. Up next, we have Blake Monroe versus Jada Parker in a street fight. Attacks in the parking lot. Attacks during Speed Championship tournaments, which led to Blake losing to Thea Hale, which was, again, funny. That's pretty cool. They've been fighting on and on and on, up, down, left, and right, and all that stuff has led to this street fight, and the woman from hell is coming out. It's just like her demon, I guess. This is not like an AEW or that, but, you push her over the edge, and the woman from hell is coming out, and that's pretty much what she's bringing. Robert Stonewall, first he announced this past week the match will be happening. Then, of course, the attacks have been going on NXT. And then, Mariah brought the woman from hell, basically said, street fight. So, there you go. We're going to have a street fight for this match. Mariah needs to win this match. That's all I'm going to say about this. I really don't know what you do with Jada after this. But I think Blake needs this, and we can just finally move on with the storyline and just hopefully put her in something good. Please, maybe, hopefully, in the women's world title picture. I mean, you don't have to rush everything, but I don't know. I feel like she needs to be there. I feel like that's where they're probably going to have this. Hopefully, we shall see. I don't know what you do with Jada. I'm going to go with Blake Monroe to win the street fight, and I'll be done with this rivalry. So there you go, Blake Monroe. Up next, we have Dion Lennox versus Tony D, one-on-one. As we all know, the whole thing with Dark State, they made Tony D's life, made his life insane, made his life a living hell. Got back a few months ago, and he has a big beard, and he's all vigilante and stuff like that, and, and he's out for revenge. So there you go. He has no one left. The family's gone, that kind of stuff. So he is just doing his own thing. Yeah. So I am going to say this. Dark Side is pretty cool. Finally warmed up to him. But a few months ago I warmed up to him. Dion Lennox is very talented. Very, very talented at what he does. Entire Dark State's pretty cool. Tony D, obviously, he's awesome. He's great as well. We all know that. Tony D is winning this match. You need to get the Vigilante the win. The shadows and all that kind of stuff. Wouldn't say he's in the shadow. Well, before he was in the shadows. But still, what I mean? He's going to take out Dark State, probably one by one. Starts with Dion Lennox. And then the rest are going to follow suit, I guarantee you. I got Tony D winning this match. Nothing against Dion Lennox. Tony D is winning, and we're going to probably go with this storyline. I don't know what they're going to do. Or, like I said, he might take them all out one by one by one. Just all of them going to be taken out. So we shall see. Tony D I got winning this match. For the NXT Women's North American title, Izzy Dame versus Tatum Paxley. This rivalry is still going on, and it's not for the women's title. And this should have been for the women's title, looking back on it, because it's for the North American women's title, which technically wasn't supposed to be the women's North American title, because, I guarantee you Blake Miller was supposed to be champ, but still. But anyways, long story short, we all know, Thea Hale won the title accidentally from, Blake. And then, of course, Izzy won it off Thea. And then, of course, we all know the rivalry between Tatum and Izzy Dame has been going for months. And I've been enjoying it. The mind games, just all that stuff has been very, very fun. The whole thing with, the culling and, how Tatum just wanted friends and all that. It's been very good. Izzy is a interesting heel because, geez, she pisses me off whenever she's on screen. As a big Tatum fan, that's good. As a big Tatum fan, you need to boo the villain, obviously. So there you go. This story has been going on, man, and I've been enjoying it. And they fought twice. The last time, of course, we all know Tatum lost that match. And I was not happy at all when Tatum lost. None of us were happy when Tatum lost that match at NXT Deadline last year. So it's time to end it. Let's crown a new Women's North American champ. Tatum Paxley, it is yours to take because I have Tatum winning the Women's North American Championship, ending this rivalry once and for all, and it's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome for her, all of us big Tatum fans, and I'm just very excited. It's going to be very fun. So, that's who I got winning. Tatum Paxley to beat Izzy Dame and becoming Women's North American Champion. And I don't know what you do with Izzy Dame after this. I will say this. She's really good at getting heat. Because, geez Louise, whenever she's on screen, geez. Crowd's booing, crowd's pissed off. Tatum, all the chants, Tatum. It's pretty cool. Just, there you go with that. Tatum Paxley's winning and becoming Women's North American Champion. There you go. And in the main event, we have the NXT Championship on the line as the new champ Joe Hendry defends against Ricky Saints. Of course, Joe Hendry won the vacant championship in a ladder match. And, Ricky was in that match. For the past few weeks, he's basically just been targeting the champ. He did a little own version of the Rock concert, the Ricky concert was. And basically ran down Joe Hendry, called him stupid, and all these wild stuff, and it was actually pretty funny, not gonna lie. Cringe, but funny. There you go, I'll give it that. Then, of course, it led to the champ attacking Ricky, and, there you go, there's that. It's straightforward, obviously. Joe Hendry's not losing, just won the title. It'd be pretty funny if he were to lose, though. Like, the title back on Ricky. So I believe like a year ago, he was a face, so just came in, then, here we are, bad guy now, and he works well in the role, so with that being said, Ricky Starks is great and awesome, but, he's losing, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets called up too. He gets the send-off as well, because, just seeing on the main roster what that is, I could see them wanting him on SmackDown or Raw. So, I could see that being the case, but I don't really going to say in NXT for all we know, but either way, Joe Hendry retained the NXT Championship, and I don't know what happens afterwards. I really don't know what's next. Should be something. That's what I got. Yeah, Joe Hendry's beating Ricky Saints. That's all I can really say about that. So, there you go. And that is my predictions for NXT Vengeance Day. It's still weird having this show in March, because I guarantee it's supposed to happen in, last month in February. But, things happen, plans change, whatever it is. But it still should be a fun show. Every match looks to be fun, and I can't wait to see what happens on the show. And that should be it for me. And you guys will see me on the Loose Lunch podcast as well when I talk about this on the show with my friends, all that kind of stuff. So catch me on there as well. I'm the Heelist to Ballas, and I will see you all on the next one. Please tweet the like button down below. Subscribe videos like this one. Follow Twitter Heel Balor, Instagram Heel Balor YT, and I will see you all on the next one. Too sweet. Peace out.